It's less shipping code now, and it's more about shaping work.
Alan, in a world where AI is essentially everywhere, how do you balance what the technology can do with that human emotion and creativity that's so essential to make products for passionate fans really come alive?
We're in the business of making collectibles, and collectibles, by definition, are something that are very emotional. There's the nostalgia of a favorite sports player, or the thrill of finding a great trading card, or just the memory of a moment in sports history. These are things that AI can't really reproduce. And so our mission is to make sure that we're using AI to cover the more mechanical parts of the work to ensure that we're making a better product for our collectors while leaving the people in our company to do the deeply emotional and creative parts of the work so that we're always bringing the best product as possible to the market for our collectors. And so our goal ultimately is to make sure that we remember what makes collectibles collectible. And that's something that's in the hearts and minds of our collectors and not in a GPU.
You're always keeping that at core. I've seen so many AI demos that have been very, very, very impressive. How do you know when what you're investing in actually has real impact? How do you move past the bells and whistles to something that's having real impact?
I think what we have to keep our eye on is what are the things that are actually going to move the needle for our
Mm,
business. And they have to be things that are measurable, whether it's being able to produce cards more at scale,
mm,
be able to deliver these products more on time, have better quality, have better consistency. These are all things that are measurable, and we want to be able to use AI to help us in that journey. So, for example, we use AI to help with quality control of our products. It's not something very flashy,
mm.
but it's something that is very, very measurable, tangible, and ultimately creates better outcomes and products for our collectors. And so if we're doing these AI pilots, we have to make sure that they stay grounded in measurable results. Otherwise, we don't ship them.
So, in your personal experience, you're using AI to make sure the quality of the product stays high. What about for other industries? What advice would you give to other tech leaders? And in particular, the question that I'm going at is how does AI change the role of the CTO?
A CTO's role used to be mostly about technology delivery, and I think it's increasingly becoming about technology transformation. The world around us is changing so fast, and whatever you know about AI last week is no longer true this week. And so it's our job to stay at the forefront of those technologies so that we can understand what the work that needs to be done is and figure out how these new emerging technologies can upend our understanding about how to do that work. It's less shipping code now, and it's more about shaping work. And so if I would give advice to any other CTOs, it's to not think about how AI can transform individual processes that you might have in your business today. It's about taking a look at the work that needs to be done, what are the inputs and what are the outputs, and how can these new frontier technologies get you straight from A to B without regard of how you currently do that work
Mm.
today. The technologies are so transformative that you don't really need to be constrained by how it is that you actually conduct that work today.
Thank you.
Thank you.